Cricket presents the Warmup, and thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Ted Madden. High school football is over for another year. Let's take a look back at an incredible season. Five out of the 6 teams that the Metroplex sent to state came home with hardware. Let's look back at 3 championship teams who are located within an 11-mile radius in the lineup presented by Xochitl Chips and Salsa. It was a spectacular weekend for DFW as North Texas claimed state titles in all 4 of the large classifications for the first time since 2013. It was especially gratifying in 6A, where Reginald Samples and Claude Mathis finally can order their long-awaited championship rings. Despite years of regular season success, neither coach had ever won a state title until now. Mathis's DeSoto Eagles were in a battle for 2.5 quarters as costly turnovers had them up 21-17 in the third. But the Eagles' speed was just too much for Austin Vandergrift, and after offensive MVP DeAndre Ryden scored a pair of third-quarter touchdowns, DeSoto was on its way to a 42-17 win. In the nightcap Saturday, it was all about Coach Samples and whether he would finally lead Duncanville to a win over North Shore after losing to them the previous 3 times. As expected, this game went back and forth all night. Caden Durham would rush for 102 yards and 3 scores to lead the Panther offense. But leading by only 7 in the waning moments, Duncanville needed a big stop inside their own red zone on 4th down to pick up the victory. Emotional night for Samples and his coaching staff as they finally got the big one. 28-21 was the final score. And on Friday night, South Oak Cliff made it a special South Dallas weekend as the Golden Bears would repeat as 5A Division II champions. Sock trailed early 17-5 to Port Neches Groves, but their defense took over in the second half and the Golden Bears won it 34-24. Head coach Jason Todd said after the game that last year's championship was for the community, but this one was for the guys in that locker room. South Oak Cliff has a definite shot at a three-peat in 2023.
Give yourself a well-deserved treat this winter and get a free Moto G 5G with 5G included when you switch to Cricket.
Enjoy the authentic flavors of ancient recipes. So thin, so crisp, so good, so chill.
Frisco Memorial is a serious contender to make state in Class 5A. They have a team that has been just a step away of late. If the Warriors are going to go far this year, they will need Texas Tech commit Drew Steffe to lead the way. We caught up with him on the recruiting trail.
Hi, I'm Drew Steffe. I'm a shooting guard, playing point guard this year, and I go to Frisco Memorial. It came down to 3 things, to be honest. It was just the coaches there, the fans there, and like the fit as a whole. Like what I am as a player really fits into what they need and what I want from them as well. So that's the 3 things that made me go there. Yeah, I mean, first thing is just definitely my shooting. I mean, that's what I'm known for and everything. So that's one. Number 2 would be, I mean, I'm a pretty good ball handler now. I've really worked on that part of my game, really getting my own shot and all that stuff. And I feel like I'm a very underrated defender on the defensive end, just not on the ball, but off the ball as well. For sure, Tyler Hero. I mean, I've liked him since high school. I used to watch all his stuff down when he went to Whitnall. So, I mean, everything from his game, it kind of fits how I play. So it's really fun to watch him, just on not just on scoring as well, but like he's a really good playmaker. So I look to him for some of my game. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better school to go to, for real. Like, just the coaches, the environment is off the charts. And I just love staying home instead of going to some other prep school. I just think staying home has something special. And I mean, this year we're just getting started. We started the season pretty good, not perfect, but we're growing. We're young, so I mean, we have a lot of basketball left to play in us, and I only think we get better from here. I think we can make a good run. Just someone who's a hard worker that put his head down and really worked, and then someone that was fun to watch on the court. Like you enjoy going to watch, and that you'd have fun too, and like really like. I hope my game's like worth the price of admission, basically.
This winter, treat yourself to speed and saving. Switch to Cricket today and get nationwide 5G on all plans for as low as $30 per month.
North Texas had 3 more teams playing for state titles last weekend. Let's take a look back at them in the hype. Aledo head coach Tim Buchanan has a new nickname after his Bearcats dismantled College Station 52-14 in the 5A Division I championship. He said he'd like to be called 8-time Timmy, as he has now coached Aledo to 8 of their state record 11 championships. And this one was never really in doubt. The Bearcats led 21-0 after 1, 35-0 at the half. Senior Jalen Pope caught 8 passes for a state 5A Division I title game record, 228 receiving yards. Hoss Haney and Devon Keys also scored twice, while the defense kept the Cougars scoreless until the last 2 minutes of the game. Simply a dominating performance by a team that many counted out after they lost their first 2 games. Gunter was equally dominant in the 3A Division II final. Their ground attack was on point as they scored 6 rushing touchdowns. Ashton Bennett and Ivy Hellman scored 2 each, but it was the Tigers' defense that was stifling. If you thought Aledo was good, Gunter didn't give up a point until 16 seconds were left in the game in a 42-7 victory. Meanwhile, Brock was the only DFW team that went to state and didn't win a championship. The Eagles ran into a hard-nosed Franklin team and hung tough for 4 quarters. Unfortunately, a Franklin last-second field goal would do in Brock 17-14. Last week, South Oak Cliff won our defensive title belt. We talk about how they did it in the Buzz. With a huge crowd on hand, South Oak Cliff fell behind early, but it was their defense that turned the momentum in their favor. And when Texas-bound Malik Muhammad returned an interception for a touchdown, the Golden Bears earned their title belt and some more championship rings. We'll have one more football defensive belt to give out next week, and then we'll see who can tighten up their defense on the hardwood. That's going to do it for today's show. For even more high school football and basketball content, be sure to follow us on our social media accounts, including Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm Ted Madden, and I hope you have a great holiday season.